Hey guys, this is Chris again, coming at you with another video. Today's video is a little bit different than I usually do. Today's video is a recommendation of places where where I've personally done business with, or that I've personally visited myself and seen in person and seen how they operate. Just something I would recommend for, the first time buyer, or the collector that's been there for a while but wasn't sure, maybe was thinking about doing buying from these businesses, but they can rest assured these are all businesses that I have had nothing but great experience with. Some of them I know personally, some of them are really good people and really good watch enthusiasts, just like myself and yourself. They're in it for, yes, they are making money off the hobby, but you can't really knock them for that, because I mean, who wouldn't want to, sell watches for a living or do that as their job? But they are also true enthusiasts, which makes it even better, behind the sell, everything that goes behind it, the personalization of the sell and everything like that. Like I said, these are all places I've had experience with, and none of these, this is not a sponsored, none of these people, none of these places are paying me to do this video. This is just something I thought that it had to be done. Something like, I know when I was going in the hobby, first going in the hobby, I wasn't exactly sure where to buy from, what to get. And quick wristwatch check, by the way. I'm wearing that Omega, of course. But like I said, just somewhere that you feel safe spending your hard-earned money. And this is somewhere I feel safe spending my hard-earned money, and I would definitely buy from them again in a heartbeat, and probably will buy from them again. Now, this is in no particular order. The first place I would recommend, of course, is ECJ Lux. They have sent me a lot of watches in for you, but I have also bought watches from them. They are an authorized dealer. And as far as authorized dealer, there is a certain gray market company that I'm not going to mention, like as far as the higher end brands like Omega, Rolex, etc. I wouldn't go through gray market, but I would rather go through an AD, especially like on Omega, Breitling, stuff like that. Go through an AD because you can usually get a discount close to gray marketplace prices. If not, just a little bit more. I feel safe just paying that little bit more, that $500,000 or whatever more at an AD than actually at the gray market, because I feel like that's just my personal. It's like a safety net. It's something you have to tread lightly on, because you're spending thousands of dollars. Like this Omega is what, like $4,000 watch. You want to feel safe. Like I said, at an AD, if something happens to the watch, then you can send it back to them. They'll take care of it for you if they're a good AD. Like I said, ECJ Lux, I've dealt with the whole crew over there. Chris, Trevor, Ross is no longer there, unfortunately, but I've dealt with him mainly, and I just feel safe that way, spending my hard-earned money, especially on the luxury brands. They are a authorized dealer for Arnold and Son, Blancpain, Zenith. That's where I got my Zenith from, my El Primero. They are also a authorized dealer for Young Hens, Talker, Ocean Crawler. They have all kind of different micro brands. They have everything from entry level all the way up to higher end Arnold and Sons. They used to be an AP authorized dealer, but I don't believe they are anymore. Though they may be able to get them in. But like I said, I'll leave links down to all these places down in the description below. They are based out of Charlotte, and if you guys want to get it shipped anywhere in the world, they will ship it to you anywhere in the world. Next day shipping for free. Like I said, I can't say enough about them, about the people behind it. They just do really, really great work. Now, if you want to save a little money and you're looking at getting used watches, I haven't really actually bought any used, like high end. I would definitely recommend Watchbox, aka Goldberg Jewelers, out of Philadelphia. Of course, you guys know Watchbox. They have Tim. He is the one person I would consider a watch guru. I went into all their locations in Philly when I was there, and I can say nothing but great things about their staff. Always real friendly, welcoming, greeting. Whenever I came in, they asked me if I needed help, whatever I wanted to look at. They were pretty cool. So, like I said, I never really personally bought from them, but I would definitely recommend them. And they deal from everything from Omega all the way up to AP and everything in between. And more than likely, if if they don't have it in stock, which they usually do, I mean, they've got a huge inventory. If they don't have it in stock, I'm sure they can probably source something for you. What if you're looking for something different? And like I said, they have who I feel like is the best man in the business. They have Tim Mosso, great guy. He really knows his stuff when it comes to watches. Now, if you're looking at micro brands, which is a whole different category in itself, you're not looking at, the higher end, you're not looking at luxury brands or anything like that. There's two different places I would recommend. I recommend John Keel over at WatchGauge. Me and him converse a good bit, talk a good bit. He really good people. He knows his stuff when it comes to watches. Now, he does come from the higher end spectrum of watch collecting. Like, he worked in higher end, sold higher end watches for a while, and then he found out about micro brands, and he's really passionate. He really knows his stuff when it comes to micro brands, and he curates everything that's in his shop. Basically, something that if that's what he wants in his collection, that's what he's selling. And he actually just got a contract not too long ago, maybe like a year ago, something like that, with G-Shock. So he is now also a G-Shock authorized dealer. I've got a couple of G-Shocks off of him. I got my all-metal square off of him. And I think he will have some allocations of the new titanium model, which is really killer. I think he said he might be getting like 3 or 4, something like that, allocations. I'm not exactly sure on that, on the titanium G-Shock. But like I said, great customer service. I bought from him a couple times. I bought Dan Henry back in the day. And I can't remember what else. I know I bought the G-Shock from him, and I bought a couple other things. But always great customer service, fast shipping. I can't say enough about John. Like I said, good people. Great guy. You can tell he's enthusiastic. You can tell he's passionate about the hobby. He has his own watch channel also, which is, of course, WatchGauge Watch Channel. And he is the man behind the Watch With Us channel, which both really great channels. If you haven't, go over there and subscribe. Now, the other micro brand company I would definitely recommend, if you are one of our friends from up north in Canada, I would recommend a time to watch Emilio, my good buddy Emilio, another passionate enthusiast in the hobby. Talk to him on a fairly regular basis as well. I bought my Ocean Crawler from him. He's an Ocean Crawler authorized dealer. He has NTH. He has Hiatus. He has all kinds of different micro brands as well. And he's got some micro brands you probably never even really heard of. Like, he curates his own collection there also. I definitely really highly recommend Emilio. Like I said, I'll leave a link to everybody's website down in the description. Really good people again. Like I said, Emilio knows his stuff when it comes to micros. And he is really passionate, a fellow collector, and it's just like all of us. And as far as the next place that I would recommend, on Long Island, I buy a lot off of Mark at Long Island. I don't really know Mark personally. I've chatted with him in emails and all that. Seems like he's pretty nice. Every time I've bought from him, has been really great customer service. Really great response on emails. Like, I don't know if he must sit by a laptop or something all day, because he usually responds pretty quick in his emails. I've had a couple of discrepancies in my shipping and stuff like that, but sometimes I bought kind of at bad timing, like when there's been storms and all that. But he is always really fast to respond. No issue there. Like I said, always great service. Really good prices. He is a little higher sometimes than other people, but I don't mind paying that little bit of extra money, because he is another fellow collector, another fellow enthusiast. And the reason why it is a little bit higher sometimes is because of the tax, I think. But like I said, I'd rather pay that little bit of extra there, because he is another enthusiast. I bought my Timex Q off of him. I bought my Squale off of him, my 1521 that I used to have. I bought both my Orients off of him, and I would definitely recommend him. You can't really go wrong if you order anything from him. It doesn't really matter the price range. He usually concentrates like on the affordable level. He does have a few higher end stuff. He has Marathon and all that, which I do eventually want to experience Marathon. And the last place that I would recommend, the last couple places that I would recommend, aren't really personable places, I guess you could say, but they are places that I bought from. Now, I have bought from Nomon. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Nomon watches. They are based out of Singapore. I bought my Seiko Patty, my Prospects that I had a while back. I bought that. I've bought a couple other things off there. They are a Steinhardt authorized dealer. They're Glycine. They are Ors. They have all kind of other brands in there. And their shipping, you can't beat their shipping. I've bought watches from them before. Like I said, they're in Singapore. I'm here in South Carolina in the U.S. And their shipping, they've gotten it to me in like 2 days. which is really crazy with DHL. So that really good service there. Like I said, you can't go wrong with them, and they are authorized dealer. So if something were to happen with your watch, you can more than likely send it back. Like I said, I don't mean that they're not personal. It's just you don't really deal with anybody like you do, like with John or Emilio or somebody like that runs the company. But that is also not a bad thing. But like I said, their customer service is really, really good. And another place I would recommend, like Joma Shop, I would recommend Joma Shop. I would feel comfortable buying anything on Joma Shop all the way up to probably like an Oris Aquis or Tag Heuer or something like that. But other than that, I probably wouldn't really go higher in on that, because I just feel like there's chances something can go wrong. I've never really had to return and watch them, so I can't really say personally one way or the other how they would deal with it. I'm sure they would return it, but when you're talking thousands of dollars, I would stick to. I've had no problems every time I've ordered from Joma Shop. I've ordered, I think, Citizen. I've ordered like a Seiko, I believe, a couple other pieces. I've never had a problem with that. That's something I feel comfortable ordering from them. Like I said, I definitely recommend them, especially on the entry level, the affordable pieces. You can't go wrong with them, and especially when they have sales. They have really good sales. And the last place that I would recommend, of course, is Amazon. I am an Amazon Prime member, and I feel like Amazon Prime is definitely worth it, especially with the free 2-day shipping. With the free 2-day shipping added in there. You can't really go wrong with that. And like I said, again, Amazon is a place I wouldn't go too high end on it. I would say if you can find a decent price on something all the way up to, like, say, like a Oris Aquis or something like that, I would feel comfortable ordering off of Amazon. And their Amazon's return policy is really good. So if something, God forbid, knock on wood, did happen to your transaction or within the shipping, they're really. Unfortunately, I've had to return a couple things to Amazon, but I've always got my money back, no problem. And their customer service is really, really good. Even though they are a giant company, they are not really personal, but their customer service, I can't say enough about Amazon's customer service. And like I said, it is a place I definitely recommend, especially if you're going more on the affordable level. If you're getting Seiko, if you're getting Vostok, they have really good deals on Vostok. Now, sometimes you have to wait a little while for the Vostok to come, depending on where you buy it from. That's another thing when you go on Amazon. Amazon is kind of like eBay. You have to look at your seller rating, like if they're a professional seller and not just Joe Schmo off the street selling a watch. You're usually good. Look at their seller rating and feedback. There's always comments down in the reviews where you can get that. And I would recommend eBay. I've bought off eBay a couple times. Their customer service usually protects us, the buyer, which is really good. So you can usually get your money back if something does go wrong. But there's a couple times I've been kind of not really screwed over, but the watch hasn't really worked as described. And that's mainly on vintage watches. I'm not going to recommend anywhere to buy vintage watches because I don't really know vintage watches. I don't really know that category that well. And like I said, it's just one category I stay away from because I've been screwed over too many times on vintage watches, so I tend to steer away from. That's another thing I tread lightly on is vintage watches. That's why you don't really see too much on the channel. I'll leave that to the guys that really know what they're talking about when it comes to vintage watches, like Vintage Watches channel and all that. John P, he knows his stuff. Damon Harris, Christian, he knows his stuff on vintage watches. So like I said, I don't buy them, so I'm not gonna really recommend anywhere to buy them. I've heard good things about Theo here, so that if I were to say one place, probably that would be one place that I would say. Time Teller, I think he has his own site now. I have no buying experience, but he tends to sell out pretty quick. And now another cool place where you can also buy watches, and you can find bargains on watches. Look up Random. I'm sure you've heard of Random Rob. His YouTube channel is a really great channel. He does a lot of great reviews, but every Sunday now he does Sunday Fun Day sales, and you can usually find some really good bargains, and he usually ships them out fairly quick, and easy guy to deal with. I've sold a couple through him, and you can usually buy pretty good, like I said, pretty good deals. So check out Random Rob. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. Random Rob, and then Watch You Seek is the last place I recommend. It's a watch forum that's been around for years. I've gotten a couple of good buys off there. I've gotten Mule Glasuta, that one I just got not too long ago. I've gotten the Casio and a couple others. Now that's one thing, another thing you have to do your research on. You have to research the seller. Like, that is one good thing that Watch You Seek is good for. They have like a scammer section. They have a section for like if you're a good seller or a great seller, you know, the transactions you've done and all that. So just basically do your research and make sure, look at the pictures of the watch, make sure there's nothing, you know, dinged up, nothing too crazy that can't be fixed. But basically, guys, those are the places I recommend to buy from as far as watch collecting goes. Like I said, if you're not sure where to buy from, or if you have bought other places, and recommend down there below what you recommend to buy from, where you have good experience from. Like I said, I don't want to recommend anywhere that I haven't, you know, bought from or had good experience from. Like I said, those are all the different categories with micro brands, the entry level, and luxury level. You can't go wrong with any one of those places. I've bought in plenty from all those places. As you know, I've bought and flipped. I can't remember how many over the years. But I just wanted to do this little video. Like I said, sorry for ranting on so long. It's just something I thought needed to be said. It's not really said that much, but I can't recommend these places enough. And like I said, this isn't a sponsored video again. Now, if any one of these companies want to come out and sponsor me, sponsor the channel, feel free to email me. The link is in the bio of my channel. But I know I'm not that lucky because my channel's not that big. But like I said, guys, this is not sponsoring content. This is just places that I've dealt with personally. But anyways, guys, like I said, let me know down in the comments where you usually buy from, what you have, if you've had a good experience, not great experience, have they corrected it, blah blah blah, all that. Anyways, guys, this has been Chris. If you haven't, like, subscribe, comment down below. All right, peace.